Hello, hello! This is Elf Company from Bemis Crafty Corner, and today we're going to continue to work on our dragon folio. And so I have my book, Practical Guide to Dragons. This is the one we're going to be cutting our images out of. And I have the images back from the printer. I've got probably 7 or 8 sheets of images here, just some really great stuff. And I'm going to be cutting all of these out, and we're going to get, journaling cards and things like that put together for this. Not too many, because it's not really supposed to be about journaling cards. We are going to do some tags and things in here, so we've got some images and stuff. So I'm going to get started. I guess we'll start on the book. I'll be right back. I'm going to get the book and get out a few other things that I need to do to get that book taken apart, and I will be right back. I have cut out all my images that I had printed, and I have the book. Let's get the razor out. Now, I'm going to gut this book. So first things first, I'm going to pull this back, and just barely scratching this, I'm going to cut open right by this end paper. And all I'm doing at this point is just cracking this, see? Just cracking it open. Okay. Then I'm going to do the back as well. And again, I'm going to pull this as far back as I can. And I'm cutting this side, not this side. Alright, now I'm going to release this. So that's my book, and it's all in one piece. And there's my cover, and that's all in one piece. And we may reuse this book cover for something else. We may not. We may just use the chipboard from it. But we're going to go ahead and get that out of the way. And then I'm going to get these end pieces, because I want these end papers. And so to do that, I'm going to get out my ruler, and I'm going to put it right here by the edge, as close as I can. I'm going to get my knife. I'm going to very easily scratch this. I don't want to penetrate through this first piece of paper. I just want to go through, like, the first sheet of paper here. And I can, I can clean the edge up later, but I want it out of there as complete as possible. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side as well. So I really like this paper. This one's got a little bit of glue here, so I think this one's going to be a little bit shallower. I'm going to be a little off on this one, but that's okay. And I'm just barely dragging this along. And it's just to kind of score it so that I can tear it out. There we go. And as you'll see, it didn't go through the next page. Alright. So now I'm going to go through and find the images that I want for this book. Now, like this one, see how it comes across? This is really too big of an image for me to use, but if I wanted to get this out, I would have to pull this back very carefully so that I could cut this. So I'm going to find a smaller one that I want to use. We're going to break some binding here. And all I'm doing is cutting the thread for this signature. And getting through that glue. And I like this image, so I'm going to take this page. I like the egg too. I don't want to do 2 of the same, so I'm not going to do that one. But there are all of these. I'm not going to use any of those. blue dragon. I like him, so we're going to get rid of these pages. I'm going to take this page out. Now, as you can see, that's one of those half ones where if I want to use this picture, I'll have to take that one off. But when I look at my book, it's really just a little bit too wide to put in. So I'm not real worried. I'm going to use this one. And I am stacking these in the order that I'm removing them from the book. Ooh, I like that. Okay, we're back into binding again, so we're going to very carefully pry this open. And we're going to cut those threads. Take this page out because I actually like both of those. And I do like this one, so I'm going to remove these. We're going to do another set of threads. Oh, I like that. We're going to do some more cutting here. We're going to need to get this one out. So I'm going to cut on the white on this one. Again, I'm not cutting very deep. Just enough to kind of score that page out. There we go. There's that one. Nope. No. No. These are nice. So I'm going to take these off. Got quite a bit of glue there, so now I could probably get rid of most of that. We'll clean that up later. We're going to take this page because I want these two. Well, at least that one. I like that. There's that double right there. Unfortunately, that one's got glue on it. So we're going to get that out of there. Use that one. I do like that one. Use that one. And that's it. So, I'm going to kind of cut these out the way that I want and ink them up and have them all ready to go. And these are going to go in my book, you know. So I have a few of these that I have to do. I'm going to get these started cutting these out, and then I will be back and we'll start putting some stuff into the folio and get it just the way we want it. I'll be back in just a little bit. So, we have everything inked. We have our pockets in. We have sewed in our flap here. we have all of our images cut from the book, and these are all inked up and ready to go. And we have the cards that we've cut from the other images that we had printed, and those are pretty much ready to be put into tags and things. So let's set these off to the side. I've started cutting some tag shapes, so we'll get to those in a few minutes. And I have the end paper, and I have the piece that I was going to put the pad on in the back of the book, but I decided not to do that. Instead, we're going to be putting the pad right inside. So because this is a file folder, this part right here has the little 3 lines. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up a little bit. So we're going to put our ruler right on that first line, and then we're going to bring this up. Okay? And that is 1/4 inch. So now that I have that there, I'm going to go ahead and fold it the rest of the way. There we go. Just like that. We'll hit that with the bone folder. There we go. Now, I'm probably going to want to do a little bit of inking on this. There we go. A little bit on this side. Okay. So now, when I put my pad in here, you're going to have that little bit of extra space that you need there. Okay, let's start with some pockets. So the piece that we're not using, that was going to go on the back, we can now use to make some pockets. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut one of these. And I have done that. So I cut it off. And then I marked it up 1 inch, and then up 6 inches, and then I just cut on my trimmer between the 2 marks, and it gives me a corner pocket. I did the same thing with a piece of that book end, so then I now have a replica, an exact duplicate, and I can use this as a slash pocket. So at this point, we're going to be putting this in. And just so this will be a quicker thing, I'm going to be using my little tape runner here, the mouse, and I will be adding a little glue. The tape just to put it in initially, and the glue to hold it even, you know, over the long term. Okay. So I'm going to line this up. There we go. See how that works? Then we're going to be doing a little bit of ink on the edge. And I'm going to go all the way around. Now, I did round the corner here because the inside of this, where we're going to be putting this, also has a rounded corner. Okay. And a little bit of work with the bone folder to make sure that we have this nice and adhered. Okay. Let's get that out of the way. And let's bring in our folio. So this is going to be an inside pocket here. And so we're just going to put a little bit of glue along the edge. I'm going to match up the corner. Place my pocket. And then again, always when I'm working with the glue, always going out and not into the center of my pocket, because I don't want, I don't want the glue to ooze in and then I lose pocket space. So always out. Okay, I have a little dried tape there. Get rid of that. There we go. Okay. And then I think I want to do a mirrored pocket on this side, because this is going to be a pad, so we have to remember there's not going to be any space here. So we're going to be doing a mirror pocket on the other side. And so to do that, I'm going to show you how I cut this first one. So I want to go a 1-inch mark on this part. So I'm just going to set this on my board on a line, and I'm going to get out my pencil, and I'm going to come up 1 inch, put a mark, and then I want to go 6 inches here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches here, and I'm going to place a mark. And then I'm just going to put this, get this out of the way. I'm going to put this into my trimmer, and I'm going to put one mark here and the other mark right there. And then when I cut this, I'm going to have that nice pocket, okay? And then we're going to do the same thing on a piece of paper. So I'm just going to put this on. I'm going to put a mark here and a mark here. I'm going to put this into my trimmer. Line up that mark, that mark. See, nice fit. And then this I can just trim with a pair of scissors. Okay. And then we can round our corner here. And we can glue and tape all of this, okay? So, a little bit of tape. All right, so now we have these two pockets. So, we can work on decorating this pocket, and this pocket. We still have that whole piece and this piece left of our end paper, so we do have plenty of paper to do this. We could actually do a pocket right here if we wanted to. And we have plenty of this left, so let's do like 3 inches. I'm going to cut this. Cut this piece. So this is 5 5/8, and that is so that it does not, we don't want it to catch anywhere. And so I'm going to do a 3-inch piece here. And what I'm going to do is do this 1/4 inch. So I'm going to do this at 2 3/4. And then, so we did 5 and 7, so 1/4 inch less. Okay, so that piece will not be big enough. So we're going to do 2 3/4. I'm going to cut a 2 3/4 inch strip here. And this is going to have to be, we did 5 7/8. So 3/8. Go. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. It's really dark colored, so I'm not going to worry about inking this. But I am going to ink the pocket. I'm not going to put a finger nip on this because that just takes it too far. A little more glue on here. Because I'm gluing onto paint, I want to be a little bit more careful. So I am using the art glitter glue. Alright, and then I'm going to be doing some inking here. Again, it's really just to make sure that we don't see that white line of the original color of the tag. You know, the manila folder. Okay. And then, of course, I'm going to round my top 2 corners. Just because I like that look. Those inked. Glue. Put this in. And we're going to come off of that and be just inside this line, okay? And the reason for that is we don't want to have that bulk causing an issue. Okay. Now, if we wanted to, we could do another pocket here. Like a 2.5 inch pocket, so we can put journaling cards into it. That is entirely up to you. I'm good with it just the way that it is. So I've got a pocket here, a pocket here, pocket here, a big pocket here, a slash pocket, a pocket. Pad is going to go here. So now I have these 2 outside pieces to continue to do. And okay, so at this point, I'm going to pretty much call it quits for this one. I'm going to be doing one more part of this. That's going to be the decorating and the final walkthrough. So I will see you next time. Listen, if you're new here, thank you so much for taking your time to watch my video. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that red button for me and subscribe, like me, ring my bell, and share me with all your friends. And then your friends can be my friends, and my friends can be your friends. And our friends can get to be friends. And before you know it, we have a whole community going. Until I see you again, please stay safe. Bye-bye.